AMA, take her to the other side came past. This isn't fair, I'd say. That shouldn't even have me sit down with that. She, where the latest episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami left fans stunned as an intense feud between Sukihana and Mama D spiraled out of control. In a show already known for its fiery drama, this confrontation reached a level that will have fans talking for days. The drama began at an upscale event hosted by one of the cast members. The room was filled with glitz, glamour, and the promise of networking, but beneath the surface, tension was brewing. Mama D, no stranger to controversy, was holding court at her table, throwing subtle shade and dropping her usual unfiltered comments. It wasn't long before Suki found herself in Mama D's crosshairs. Mama D, sipping her cocktail with an air of superiority, let loose a comment that was impossible to ignore. "Some women need to learn the difference between confidence and selling themselves," she said loudly enough for Suki and the entire room to hear. While she didn't name names immediately, the implication was clear. Suki, known for her bold personality and quick comebacks, shot Mama D a warning look. "If you've got something to say it to my face," she challenged, her voice sharp enough to cut through the music. Never one to back down, Mama D smirked and delivered the bombshell. "Fine. Months ago, I was in an interview, and somebody asked me a question about you. I just happened to see the interview, and I feel like it really hurt my feelings because you brought up the black fat girl, and then it was just like you talking about good coochie. Don't talk about good coochie." She continued, "Can I just say this? I can't change you. You are who you are. But down on me, I did say some things I shouldn't have said. But at the end of the day, I thought, like, does she know sometimes how that is portrayed as a black woman?" Suki, now visibly upset, retorted, "Are you serious? Let's talk about your past and the things that you brag about, Miss Pimp. You are a pimp, so don't act like you're better than somebody else. I'm calling you out." Mama D fired back, "Loose lips? But mine aren't loose. That's why I've been good. You're being loose right now. You need to stop." Robert. As tensions escalated, Suki, fed up, responded, "Grown-ass women can't get it together for one night. Y'all have to have this conversation at a birthday party? T.I., you an old cranky. You need to go check on your son, 'cause Scrappy is toxic because of you with your old stinking nasty. You can never come for me. Take her to the back, mama, take her to the back. You shouldn't even have me sit down with that hoe, she weird," Suki continued, now fully enraged. "Yeah, I'm really that girl, and she met her mother B. Disrespecting nothing up in here. I be 3 babies, ain't no old in here to disrespect me. Continue to party," she added, struggling to keep her composure. "I didn't want my old pimp ways to come back out. I've been trying to submerge that demon for a long time, but she made it come out." Mama D, still unfazed, replied, "Suki, I'm trying to leave my old pimp mentality alone, but you'll make an old pimp like me come out of early retirement." She concluded, "If that troll y'all call Suki calls me old one more time, I won't be accountable for the next thing I say." Then she calmly dropped the bomb. "I think you're acting like a prostitute, and I said what I said." The room froze. Conversation stopped, drinks were set down, and all eyes turned to Suki, whose expression shifted from disbelief to fiery anger. Her close friends, including cast members, tried to calm her down, but it was too late. Suki stood up, her chair scraping loudly against the floor. "You've got the wrong one today," she said, pointing a perfectly manicured finger at Mama D. "You don't know me, and you will not disrespect me like that." The journalist said. Mama D, clearly enjoying the chaos she had unleashed, leaned back in her chair and shrugged. "If the shoe fits, wear it," she quipped, her voice dripping with condescension. That was the breaking point. In a moment that will forever live in Love and Hip Hop infamy, Suki slapped Mama D across the face. The sound echoed through the room and the shock was instant. Gasps erupted, followed by chaos, as security and other cast members rushed in to separate the two. Mama D, stunned but not backing down, shouted, "Did you just put your hands on me? You'll regret that, little girl." Suki, being escorted away by security, fired back, "I don't regret standing up for myself. You should have kept my name out of your mouth." In the aftermath, the cast was left picking up the pieces. Suki retreated to the confessional to share her side of the story. visibly upset but unapologetic. I've been through too much to let someone like Mama D try to tear me down. She can talk her talk, but she needs to learn there are consequences for disrespecting me like that. Meanwhile, Mama D, with her makeup slightly smudged, but her pride intact, gave her version of events in her confessional. Suki's young and reckless. She doesn't understand how to respect her elders. If she can't handle the truth, that's on her, not me. Social media immediately exploded with reactions. Fans were divided, with some applauding Suki for defending herself and others calling her out for resorting to violence. The hashtag Suki vs Mamadi quickly began trending, with memes, debates, and fan theories about what this feud means for the future of the show. The fallout extended beyond the event itself. Cast members took sides, with some rallying behind Suki and others defending Mama D. Friendships were strained, alliances were questioned, and the cast found themselves walking on eggshells around the two feuding women. To make matters worse, rumors swirled that producers were considering separate filming schedules for Suki and Mama D to prevent further incidents. Yet fans know that with personalities as big as theirs, this feud is far from over. Will Suki and Mama D ever find common ground, or is this the beginning of an all-out war that will divide the cast and dominate the season? One thing's for sure, this episode set a new standard for love and hip-hop Miami drama.
One of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, said very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking in a world that never stops moving, where the noise of life's demands can be overwhelming. How do we find our peace? How do we stand strong in the face of life's storms? The answer might just lie in the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Imagine navigating life's ups and downs with unshakable calm and clarity. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 Stoic habits that can transform the way you face stressful situations. But first, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on all our future wisdom-packed videos. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means of overcoming destructive emotions. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but understanding and managing them to lead a life of virtue and happiness. Habit 1: Controlled exposure. Controlled exposure is a transformative habit rooted in the Stoic principle of facing and accepting what we fear by deliberately exposing ourselves to the situations that trigger our stress or anxiety, but in a controlled and manageable way. We engage in a form of mental training it's akin to a vaccination against the distressing impacts of life's inevitable challenges. When we gently and gradually confront what unsettles us, we're not just testing our limits, we're expanding them. This practice isn't about recklessness or overwhelming oneself with fear, but about methodical, thoughtful exposure that allows us to build resilience over time. Each controlled encounter with our stressors teaches us that we can endure more than we think, that the anticipation of an event is often more daunting than the event itself, and that we possess the inner resources to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. Over time, this habit diminishes the power that fears and stresses have over our emotional state, leading to a more robust, resilient, and calm disposition. It embodies the Stoic ethos of not just enduring life's storms, but learning to dance in the rain. Habit 2: The sphere of choice. The sphere of choice is a deeply empowering habit that draws from the core of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. At the heart of this practice is the recognition that while we cannot control external events, be they the actions of others, the whims of fate, or the vicissitudes of fortune, we hold absolute dominion over our internal landscape, our responses, judgments, and decisions. Embracing the sphere of choice means consciously acknowledging this domain of control at every moment, especially in the throes of stressful situations. It's about asking ourselves, what aspect of this situation can I influence in directing our energy there? This habit fosters a profound sense of inner calm and resilience as it shifts focus from external uncertainties, which often breed anxiety, to the stability of our internal choices. By centering our attention on our capacity to choose our perspective, our response, and our attitude, we not only navigate challenges more effectively, but also cultivate a serene and unshakable core. Habit 3: Philosophical reading. Philosophical reading connects us to the timeless wisdom of the ages, offering solace, guidance, and perspective, particularly in the face of life's inevitable stressors. This practice involves dedicating time to engage with philosophical texts, especially those that delve into Stoicism, but also extending to works from a variety of traditions that explore the human condition and the art of living well. The act of philosophical reading is not merely academic, it's a form of mental nourishment and exercise. Through the contemplation of ideas presented by philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and others, we're invited to reflect on our own lives, our reactions to stress, and our approach to challenges. These texts serve as mirrors, allowing us to see our circumstances with newfound clarity and depth. They offer strategies for managing emotions, dealing with adversity, and finding contentment, encouraging us to question our assumptions and view our struggles through a broader lens. Importantly, this habit fosters a sense of connection across time, reminding us that the challenges we face are not unique to our era or individual experience, but are part of a broader human experience. Engaging regularly with philosophical works cultivates a calm, reflective mind equipped with the insights and perspectives necessary to navigate life's tumultuous waters with grace. Habit 4. Use of Stoic maxims. The use of Stoic maxims is a practical habit that intertwines ancient Stoic wisdom with our everyday lives, providing immediate grounding and perspective amidst the chaos of modern stressors. This practice involves keeping a collection of thought-provoking Stoic quotes or maxims at hand, be it through a physical notebook, a digital app, or memorized selections that encapsulate core Stoic teachings on resilience, virtue, and the nature of life. When faced with stress or uncertainty, turning to these maxims acts like a mental reset button, shifting our focus from emotional turbulence to the steadiness of Stoic philosophy. These succinct, powerful statements serve as reminders of how to live in accordance with nature, focus on what's within our control, and maintain equanimity in the face of adversity. For instance, Marcus Aurelius' reminder to waste no more time arguing what a good man should be can immediately reorient our priorities towards action and virtue. Similarly, Epictetus' maxim, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters," reminds us of the power of our response to external events. Habit 5. Objective labeling. Objective labeling is a transformative Stoic practice that teaches us to observe our experiences, thoughts, and emotions with detachment and clarity. This habit involves describing situations and feelings exactly as they are, without adding any subjective interpretation or emotional coloration. For instance, instead of thinking this is a terrible day, everything is going wrong, you might objectively state, "I encountered several challenges today." The power of this practice lies in its ability to strip away the layers of narrative and judgment that we often unconsciously wrap around our experiences, which can amplify stress and distort our perception of reality. Habit 6. The Last Time Meditation. The Last Time Meditation is a poignant and reflective Stoic exercise that encourages us to live more fully in the present by contemplating the impermanence of life's experiences. This practice involves periodically pausing to consider that any activity or moment, whether it's spending time with loved ones, enjoying a simple daily routine, or facing a mundane task, might be happening for the last time. By embracing this mindset, we cultivate a deeper appreciation for the present, transforming even the most ordinary experiences into treasures imbued with significance and gratitude. Habit 7. Selective ignorance. Selective ignorance is a deliberate and mindful practice that embraces the Stoic principle of focusing on what truly matters by consciously choosing to ignore or avoid information, discussions, and media that do not contribute positively to one's life. In an age where we are bombarded by a relentless stream of news, opinions, and digital distractions, this habit encourages us to safeguard our mental space by being discerning about what we allow into our minds. Selective ignorance is not about being uninformed or oblivious, rather, it's about exercising discernment, recognizing that not all information is beneficial or necessary for our well-being or personal growth. Habit 8. Compassionate detachment. Compassionate detachment is a nuanced Stoic practice that involves observing and understanding the actions and viewpoints of others without becoming emotionally entangled. This habit helps us maintain empathy and perspective while protecting our own emotional well-being. Habit 9. Reframing obstacles. Reframing obstacles is a powerful Stoic habit that transforms our perception of challenges from being obstructions to opportunities for growth, learning, and resilience building. This practice is inspired by the Stoic concept that it's not the external events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of these events. By consciously choosing to view difficulties through a lens of potential rather than setback, we alter our emotional and psychological response to them. For example, a professional failure is not merely a source of frustration or a blow to one's ego. It becomes a valuable lesson in perseverance, adaptability, and humility. Habit 10. Evening contemplation. Evening contemplation is a reflective Stoic practice aimed at fostering self-awareness and growth by taking stock of one's actions, thoughts, and experiences at the end of each day. This habit involves setting aside a quiet moment to review the day's events, examining how we responded to various situations, how those responses aligned with our values and Stoic principles, and where there might be room for improvement. The purpose isn't to dwell on regrets or to chastise oneself for shortcomings, but to observe and learn from the day's experiences with honesty and compassion. Don't forget to share this video with someone who could use a little Stoic calm in their life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more insights into living a balanced, fulfilling life. Until next time, stay wise and stay calm.
And fans can't wait to see what happens. AMA, take her to the other side came past. This isn't fair, I'd say. That shouldn't even have me sit down with that. She, where the latest episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami left fans stunned as an intense feud between Sukihana and Mama D spiraled out of control. In a show already known for its fiery drama, this confrontation reached a level that will have fans talking for days. The drama began at an upscale event hosted by one of the cast members. The room was filled with glitz, glamour, and the promise of networking, but beneath the surface, tension was brewing. Mama D, no stranger to controversy, was holding court at her table, throwing subtle shade and dropping her usual unfiltered comments. It wasn't long before Suki found herself in Mama D's crosshairs. Mama D, sipping her cocktail with an air of superiority, let loose a comment that was impossible to ignore. "Some women need to learn the difference between confidence and selling themselves," she said loudly enough for Suki and the entire room to hear. While she didn't name names immediately, the implication was clear. Suki, known for her bold personality and quick comebacks, shot Mama D a warning look. "If you've got something to say it to my face," she challenged, her voice sharp enough to cut through the music. Never one to back down, Mama D smirked and delivered the bombshell. "Fine. Months ago, I was in an interview, and somebody asked me a question about you. I just happened to see the interview, and I feel like it really hurt my feelings because you brought up the black fat girl, and then it was just like you talking about good coochie. Don't talk about good coochie." She continued, "Can I just say this? I can't change you. You are who you are. But down on me, I did say some things I shouldn't have said. But at the end of the day, I thought, like, does she know sometimes how that is portrayed as a black woman?" Suki, now visibly upset, retorted, "Are you serious? Let's talk about your past and the things that you brag about, Miss Pimp. You are a pimp, so don't act like you're better than somebody else. I'm calling you out." Mama D fired back, "Loose lips, but mine aren't loose. That's why I've been good. You're being loose right now. You need to stop." Robert. As tensions escalated, Suki, fed up, responded, "Grown-ass women can't get it together for one night. Y'all have to have this conversation at a birthday party? T.I., you an old cranky. You need to go check on your son, 'cause Scrappy is toxic because of you with your old stinking next."